So with a further look at those two clubs, we are joined by Bleacher Report World Football columnist Rob Blanchette, who was at Old Trafford. And Rob, given the recent troubles, United's form looks fantastic. Six consecutive Premier League wins and well on track for the Champions League finish. But it's really not all smooth sailing for them, is it? What do they have to worry about from here on out?
Well, I think the performance levels are still distinctly average at present. You know, I think they've managed to go on this winning streak, but the actual football hasn't been great. There's still passing and position issues, I think, across the pitch. But there's still very much a work in progress for Van Gaal, and the most important aspect now for United is just to consolidate their position in the top four and make it through the Christmas period.
So what do you think, Rob? Can United fight for the Premier League? Are they title contenders, or would you call them pretenders?
I would still say they're very much sort of pretenders at present, as I said about the performance levels that I just mentioned. There's still massive defensive issues really to rectify in the team. I think we saw them rear its head again today. But I think injuries will become key now for all the clubs in the top 3 or 4. City have lost Aguero and company, and the question is, will they be able to cope without their best 2 players? United could take advantage of this, but I think at the moment Chelsea look incredibly strong, and they're very much overwhelming favourites.
Yeah, it will be hard to catch them. Now let's switch gears to Liverpool. Their struggles continue, and they're running out of time to right the ship. Sunday's performance is in stark contrast to their 3-0 victory at Old Trafford last season, and it just goes to show how far this team has dropped off. How big are their problems right now?
Well, I think their issues at the moment are huge. You know, I think without Luis Suarez, they have no threat. They really have lost that fear factor that they had last season. But I think today, when you look at their performance, they really did lack sort of a shape and a conviction in the first half. That did improve in the second half, but you know, not necessarily obviously well enough to beat De Gea. But they look completely tactically compromised at times. They really do need to improve fast if they're going to make it into the European places.
Yeah, it seems like they really have struggled to replace Luis Suarez. Now, our final question, Brendan Rodgers, clearly on the hot seat, no doubt about that. He has his work cut out for him now. Where do you think he goes from here?
Well, he's really got to produce some magic in the January transfer window. I think his defence looks broken at the moment. I think when you look at the stats for last season, they conceded 50 goals in the league, which was 23 more than Chelsea conceded in 3rd place. I think this year they've already conceded 22, which is 2 more than Burnley. So if he doesn't really sort that issue out quickly, you may find he doesn't have a job at the end of the season.
All right, Rob Blanchette, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.